Matt Lenihan, Boxing Social in association with William Mill Empire Fight Store, joined by Kalle Sauerland. Kalle, we just got finished through with a great night of boxing, Lyndon Arthur.
Long night of boxing, 12 fights, a lot of 50-50s, great action, great crowd, sold out crowd here tonight, live on Channel 5. And, midday yesterday, we lost the world title fight, obviously late replacement. He did a fantastic job. Boris the Blade, love that name.
Good replacement.
Yeah, really good replacement. I've got to say, Nissa pulled out all stops there.
Yeah.
The brother done good, and we had a show, and we had 10 rounds of, cagey early rounds, and it was a very different opponent to the Argentinian. So, it took Lyndon a few rounds to feel his way in, but I felt in the end, he certainly, especially in the last round, obviously was devastating. So it was good. We roll again in May for the world title.
So is that the plan now, just to get the IBO belt back on the line for his next fight?
They've said it's mandatory, so he's the mandatory for it. So it's a vacant belt. Theoretically, it could be against one of the Brits. So let's see. But we'll know more next week. So just enjoy it. We're enjoying the victory tonight.
Absolutely. What else pleased you on this card? Like I said, some good 50-50 fights coming down the way.
It's so important that you have these deep cards, because the young kids you saw, you saw a lot of great fights on the card that, it took place because of this event, and they had a platform. It was globally live on DAZN, Channel 5 in the UK. So, it's great exposure for them for what they normally do in smaller shows. So it's a step up for all of them as well. And some shine, and some unfortunately don't.
In terms of terrestrial TV, though, it's good to have these free-to-air shows, like you said, the old school, just Channel 5, bang it on, and so many viewers as well for these guys. Yeah,
also the girls, Chloe Watson at the end, last second we had to cut it because we got over time from a 6 to a 4 to get Chloe on air, because it was very important for us that she's shown on terrestrial TV, and that's what we had to do. So we cut it from a 6 to a 4, made it a bit of a faster fight. Yeah. Furious fight, but Chloe Watson, the lady from Birkenhead, Princess of Liverpool. She's told me I can't Birkenhead, but I've always got to mention Birkenhead. So, but she's really coming on strong. Ricky Hatton in the corner, obviously. So, good performance. Dennis Radovan, the IBF number 4. He's going into a final eliminator now for that vacant belt as well. So it was good to have him out tonight. He's been out for a while, but injury. And internationally, by the way, Mikkel Kessler's protege, Oliver Zarin, he boxed here tonight. And he looks fantastic. We might have a new Viking warrior, people. Watch out, Mikkel Kessler Part 2. Oliver Zarin, we'll remember that name.
That'd be some feat, that, to get a Part 2 of him. Saw Isaac Lowe here tonight along with Charlie Edwards. Are there two people that you'd be looking at working with in the future?
All right, listen, I've worked with Isaac before. I haven't worked with Charlie before. But we're always out for new talent. We got the platforms and the various platforms we work on around the world. And, obviously when we made that move with Wasserman, we said, we're heavily funded, and we're interested in, but we're not interested in having a huge stable. We're interested in on a focused boutique stable. And very happy with what we got. Nathan Gorman here tonight as well. I had a good chat with Nathan. He'll be back this year. He's devastated on the loss to Wardley, but we saw the good side of Nathan that night, and we saw the weakness. And the weakness is that he gets excited. Won that big opening round and then traded, and that's not really do it heavyweight. But he'll learn from that. He's 26 years old. Let's not forget Nathan Gorman. So big future.
We mentioned the other day Fury Usyk, and it was sort of on off. And you mentioned how it affects Hrgovic. Have we got any update on Hrgovic?
I still think it's going to get done.
Really?
It's got to keep on getting that sneaky feeling that it's all a wind-up.
Joshua fight week?
Yeah, well, actually, I don't think about that. That's a good one, yeah. Look, we got to see over the weekend. There's a WBA situation, obviously, there with Dubois. No one seems to know if he's available or not, and then it moves from there. But we're there. We fought the eliminator. We're ready. There's, I guess, discussions between the IBF and the WBA as well. That's the way it stands right now.
I spoke to Liam Smith yesterday or the day before, and I was speaking to him about the Chris Eubank Jr. rematch. He knows obviously it was activated, but from Eddie Hearn's interview, said that fight is not yet signed. Could we possibly see Chris Eubank Jr., Conor Benn, Middle East?
Look, we're in discussions around that rematch. At the same time, we know that the Benn fight's a very interesting one. Whether that takes place now or later, we're going to try and iron out the rematch right now over the weekend probably, and see where we get to. But I don't think right now it's too early for me to comment on that. We haven't been in in-depth discussions yet on the Conor Benn fight, so it will all come to a head in the next few days, that's for sure.
If that fight is to happen, would you like Conor to have been and seen the British board and cleared his name prior? And would it be a catchweight like before, or would it be more, no, because of what happened before, maybe a comfortable weight?
It'd be a straight middleweight fight, and the thing is, we can only go by the laws under where it's governed. So if it's not in Britain, then for me the key is it has to be, and I believe from what I understand he's in a testing program already now, but that obviously has to be, and he probably would be the most tested individual on planet Earth. So from that point of view, that would be where I would lay my focus on, and not some political squabbles. That's if he's legally cleared to box, then he's legally cleared to box. But what his business is with a British Board of Boxing Control is certainly not my business.
No problem, Kalle. Appreciate your time.
Thank you.